Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of the Vanishing of Ethan Carter Redux. Let's continue. So we're going into the mine, and as soon as I can find the mine, uh, one of the things I've decided is I want to see if the game is endable in the position that it is in without solving all of the puzzles. So I know, at least unless I'm having a terrible bout of forgetfulness, I know there's nothing more on this side as far as a story or a regular mission. So once we find the mine, I'm just gonna run through it and skip the death of the mother and skip the story of the sea creature. If you want to go see those, go watch my previous series.
What do the dead have to say? You'd be surprised by how little they know. The dead can't explain what it means to be dead. They walk down stairs that disappear beneath their feet, headed for some bright blade of memory they'll never reach.
Now, it's very possible that we may get to the end of the game and actually have to run back and do both of those just to get the ending. And if that's the case, then I will certainly do that on screen, just so we know that the ending is the same. In fact, if we get a different ending, I guess I have to run back and do those sections anyways to prove that we get the same ending. But for the first ending, we're going to skip them and see if we get the same ending. If we get the same ending by skipping things, then we know that you could potentially speedrun this game rather fast. And here is the mine. We will enter. If I am allowed to skip this, it shows that there should have been gating in this game. Actual, just you cannot proceed until you beat it. This game certainly isn't long enough to justify allowing a player to skip parts. Rarely in a game do you want the player to skip parts. So here is the gate you normally would have come in through the mine, and we're just gonna, I think we're just gonna run. We'll just run right through the mine. There's nothing in the mine, unless they put something new in the Redux version. It's just a small maze. Now if we went to the sea creature side story, that would be difficult to do anyways, because I would have to go find the 5 bodies, almost certainly. I don't remember, or try to remember really hard what the spelling of the demon's name is. This is all atmosphere with no payoff. I mean, you really can't do a game like this. You can't just try to create 100% atmosphere. It's like somebody bet them that they could make a game like that. No, you've got to have some interactions, some surprises, some tricks going on, and there just isn't enough of that. So this would be where we would solve Missy's death run down this dark corridor. This is where we would do the sea witch. I mean, it's not a sea witch, it's a sea monster. So I chose to skip these two in the mine because the next puzzle that we'll do actually can't be skipped, and it practically is the last puzzle before the final puzzle of the game. Yep, and you can just walk through this. It gives the indication that maybe the water is boiling or the gas is toxic or something. And it's not until you solve the death puzzle that you realize that it specifically says how you can just walk through it. That's cool, I suppose, but I think maybe there should have been real gating there.
I could feel two kinds of darkness here in Red Creek Valley. The first you walked into, and with any luck, walked out of. But the other darkness was deeper, stickier, unknowable, and it wanted me to leave.
I don't know what that really means. It's probably just a bad line for him to say. But having seen the ending, it doesn't make sense. Crouch down, and we are out. So that's the mine, and how you run through it and not do any of the puzzles. The two puzzles now. A bigger question would be, can I walk over there right now? No. I cannot. So if the other one is coming up there. If I can walk over that path, that would mean I don't even have to do this next puzzle. A little strange that says oil storage right here. I thought that was going to come into play. If they were really going to put more gameplay in this game, it certainly would have. What if this world showed up in a different game not made by the astronauts they created? Does that make it strange? Does it make it work? I can't possibly do that either. And there's another one over there I can't reach. So that would be really weird if somebody either bought this world and did more with it, or did something completely different. They planned to do something like that at one point. For the Assassin's Creed series, they were just gonna scan like entire famous cities and have them show up in multiple games. It didn't ever really pan out to be anything big, though. I can't open it. I need a key. Without spoiling anything, how you get through that door is the biggest question of them all. And that's just, I guess, the mine we've established there. And there's the house that we were in. Go. Inspect. Wall-mounted case. Axe-shaped discoloration. Fire axe cabinet. Axe. Where is the axe? It is... Where is the axe? A little bit lower. Right there. It's on the floor, next to a bloody body on a carpet. So up we go. Inspect. This doorway has been destroyed. Destroyed from the inside, from the outside. Excessive force. Desperation, rage. Broken door. More stories, more books. And really no reason why you would have books in what looks like an office building. There is something weird about this building though. This section doesn't connect to the rest of the building. Inspect. Overturned pin holder. Scattered accessories. Something taken in a rush. Pencil. Letter opener. Ruler. Question mark. Where's the question mark? Is it over there? Scissors. Sitting on a spool of rope. That's kind of ironic. On the elevator. So there is an elevator somewhere. We haven't seen it in this run. Victim cornered. Punctured throat. No other wounds. No signs of struggle. No footprints in the blood. Touch. Alright, so we haven't put anything back yet. So we only have a little bit of vision for that circle. There's no blood on either sides of this axe. None on the handle, none on the blade. That tells you that the axe was not used to kill anybody or chop up anybody who was relatively fresh, and it was not held by somebody who had blood on their hands. So the scissors were someone somewhere this way. Again, we walk through the forest. It looks great. We're not having frame rate issues at all. Unreal Engine, just probably the tiniest amount of improvement on skill and using Unreal Engine 4 has corrected this game, improved this game a lot. So these are bloody scissors. Now, good question is, how did the bloody scissors get here? I could use this elevator to go up. There's no reason actually to. Yeah, surprisingly enough, even though in the last, when I originally played the original game of this, I did run back up and look around. The right solution is right here. It would have been better from a gameplay development if we had come through the mine and perhaps it said it blocked it off for a while and the elevator wasn't there, because by giving us the option to wander back to the rest of the island, I did wander through the rest of the island, and it caused me to waste probably an episode and a half just going in the wrong direction. It allowed our focus to be moved. So we'll put the scissors back here. Still bloody. And let's touch this one. So we got everything. We have 4 points of light. And they're all going out there. Except for this one. Travis with an axe and the father. Important that Travis is in every single scene. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to figure out the timeline. Travis with the axe and the father. Travis with the axe and the father. We hear birds and crows, we don't see them. Travis with the axe and the father. Missed one somewhere. Where did I miss one? See, if I walk this way though, I'm gonna fall out of the area to inspect. Isn't that right? Yeah. But that is the logical place that it would be, is exactly where we found all the other elements. And the fact that the scissors don't work there aren't part of that. Is look. Oh no, there was one right here. That sucks. I just missed one. I think I did that before. So this is 5. 4. I think it's pretty obvious. This puzzle. For as difficult as the puzzle is for the Uncle Chad, this one's just too simple. It's a straight line. We had a couple that were just straight line. They should have done something there, I guess. What? Let's visualize. Oh, the father tried to kill Travis.
Where's my mother? Why are you standing in the sleeper's way?
She had an accident. Travis, put down the axe.
Yeah, we didn't see what happened to the mother.
Accident. I didn't want her to get hurt. Oh, so sick. You know, since Ethan found that room.
Where's Ethan, goddammit? Talk to me!
Okay, okay. He wants to burn Vandegrift's room. But Travis, just leave me
Just
alone.
pointed to in that cutscene to where I think Vandegrift's room is.
Oh God. Oh God.
The sleeper chooses vessels. You know that? To enact his wishes? He chose Mom. He chose me.
Son, I don't want to hurt you.
You think scissors are gonna save you?
Yes.
didn't have to be this way. He could have helped the sleeper, helped us. But Mom's right. You're a coward, and you'll be meeting Ethan again soon.
Follow that. I'm trying to think if there was 6 victims in the photo or not. I think there were 6 pictures in the photo. And I think 6 is the number that might need to be taken. So all 6 of the people in this game might need to die away from the sleeper. So we're still in the dark world. You can see the vistas are gone and everything. But the door is open now. It was closed before. There it is.
Travis, we can get rid of it. I know exactly what we're up against. Don't listen to what's in your head.
Ah,
This sleeper was feeding on them. Their hate, their distrust. Ethan's father figured suicide wouldn't feed it, but it did. I could feel it sitting somewhere out there, fat as a bullfrog, digesting.
and the lock, and open the door. Creepy, how did I get in this building? The concept of actually traveling to parallel universes in a small area is actually a pretty good one. It should be used in more games. So this is open, we can turn it to close it. That's closed. And the generator will stop spinning for a while. There was a bug in the game where it would start spinning again, even though the valve was closed. And then we have more of these. Because the valve is closed, we no longer have as much water coming out of here. This is the runoff. And then more of these buildings. So, remember the grenade. The grenade, when you throw it in the water, kills the diver. And the diver had a sniper rifle. Why a diver was diving is not really a big question. But why he had a sniper rifle is suspected. First of all, you wouldn't take a wood-handled weapon in the water. Mostly, you wouldn't take any weapon in the water unless it was potentially like an AK-47 or something that could maybe fire them. But I get to take this with me, and now I've got a sniper rifle and everything. Ah, and it turns from a scuba diver into a ranch. Weird. So that was the unfinished story achievement right there. Obviously, if Ethan had finished the story, there would have been more explanation as to the still 7:04, by the way. No time has passed in this game, or no electricity is feeding any of the clocks. So, question now I need to do is look how long we have been going. We have about 4 more minutes, so we can just run. We know what to do for the rest of the game, and we're going to end this recording. A little bit of hitchiness when you run still. I want smooth 60 frames per second even when you're running, regardless of swinging your thing. One of the problems with game engines is they stop rendering what's behind you as soon as you stop looking, and that's fine as long as they don't stop rendering what might be 5 degrees to the left of you too, because then if you have a slightly twitchy hand and you're doing something like this, or if you're getting motion sick, then you very well might knock it into a angle it wasn't ready to render. No, it's not this one, it's the other one. Finding this path was the worst. We're not hearing any music telling us that there's a puzzle in this area. We're not giving any indication that it is in this area, really. And on top of all of that, there are 2 different paths to go back to the rest of the game. So figuring out that you're supposed to walk here is just crazy. There should have been some dialogue there explaining, because this right there is the exact point where the game is teasing you, daring you to just get frustrated and look everywhere on the other side of this map and try to find the ending, which isn't anywhere on that map. The only way to get to it is right through that bridge, which you can only cross once the dam is closed, which you're not really given an indication that did anything. So we're back in the music now, and we're in a different section, which is great, but only after you found the bridge. If the cutscene should have totally said, I'm gonna cross the river, but if he said, I'm gonna cross the river, I would have gone back up to the bridge.
I could feel him. A pinprick of light in the darkness. He would know me. He would know why I'd come.
You know what it should have done? It should have just found something of Ethan's right at the dam, and then just focused, like we've done several other occasions, to point us towards this direction. If I knew I was specifically supposed to go to that way, it would be fine. Or if they just went with the breadcrumbs thought. If this was turned into Hansel and Gretel for half a second, and we saw actual breadcrumbs or something similar to breadcrumbs pointing us through this path, that would be fine. This is a completely different section. It is so hidden off. This is totally no way, no how you would have reached this on accident. I barely reached it on purpose. And I understand to an extent why they did this. They wanted to hide what is in my opinion, the real Van de Graaff house. As we get over to it. I believe this is the real Van de Graaff house. I'm not sure what the house next to the Carter house was. I'm not sure if the Carter house and the Van de Graaff house otherwise were real houses at all. There's nothing more down that way. Also, unless the Redux put something down that way, which would be kind of cool. Yeah, so I think this was the Van de Graaff house. How many times have we seen stories about fires? How many buildings have we seen that have been burned out? This is the most burned out. Thing is still smoldering, which might be an interesting indicator that this thing is just still smoldering. And we see the lions. So, that puts us in a pretty good position to end this recording. Next recording, we will probably finish the game and see if we can get the ending without having done anything in the mine. Which, in the mine, if you didn't see the series, was one murder mystery and one rather long and complicated uh, Ethan story. Uh, but if we can skip those, that will be fine and still get the ending. I am very happy with the Redux. It would be amazing to see what they could do in 5 or 10 years with this game. It would also, however, be probably better if the astronauts instead focused on taking this game and adding more elements to it. I mean, you could, just by doing some gatekeeping and adding more puzzles in between, you could have the same game with the same main puzzles and then add 1 to 2 times as many new puzzles in between. There's plenty of room in this world to do something like that. And if that was the case, there might be something, this would be more of a game and less of an art piece. Right now this is very much more of an art piece than a game. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.